Hello everybody, welcome to the charting session for January 31st, 2024, and today I'm going to be going over ES and NQ's action. So today I was not able to trade. The reason why is because, first of all, in the morning, in the afternoon we had news. The specific news that we had today was, let's take a look at this. We had FOMC, right? And this was in the afternoon, so when we have FOMC, specifically just FOMC in the afternoon, the morning action isn't great, and I just don't enjoy trading it. Some people do, but I just personally don't. So going into this morning, I didn't really have too much of a bias. The reason why is because when we're around right here in the market, we had this liquidity gap. Right, and as I said, it likes to get filled, but can also act as resistance or support in the future. So this liquidity gap that I marked, I think I marked this last night. I believe so, yeah. And I said we'll probably fill it. Yeah, I remember this. I said we'll probably fill it, and then we could use it to bounce off or reject. So as you can see, we filled it here and rejected off. And then we tapped onto this fair value gap, which I believe is a 1 hour. Yeah, so this 1 hour fair value gap, we tapped off of it, and then the reason why this all doesn't really matter, this morning action doesn't matter because FOMC has the biggest move. So if we go to the 1 minute, right here is when FOMC happens. So you can see this was today's action, right? This is like the regular volatility, and then you go to FOMC and it's crazy. So looking at this 15 minute, you can see how usually FOMC works is the first 30 minutes is usually manipulation. So we went up and we stopped out all of these traders that were going short from the rejection of this higher time frame imbalance and this gap, and just to head lower. So we sweep this, tap this 1 hour fair value gap, tapped this liquidity gap, and going down. So on this move down, you could take a trade. I personally wouldn't really take a trade, but you could. I mean, right here. So after we have tapped these areas and strongly rejected off, you could on the 1 minute. This is probably where most people have banked on this. Right here is where you would enter, and you could put a short position. I would probably set your stop to this high, right? Or maybe to the top of this inverse order block, or this fair value gap right here. This inverse order block fair value gap. Put the stop above, maybe above this right here. It's wherever you kind of just decide. And put your take profit down at this low. You could put your first one there, but mainly you're going to want to do this one right here. And this is where a lot of people would win the trade, because first move, this is this manipulation leg, and then this is the distribution leg. So that is kind of how that works with FOMC. Sadly, though, I could not trade it because I was taking an economics quiz. Go figure. But yeah. So going into what I think is going to happen for the rest of this week. As you can see, looking at a higher time frame, this was the action for a while, and it was not really too good, right? But we finally have just did something that I think may show us where we're going to want to go for the next couple weeks, maybe a massive reversal into the newest highs. So as you can see, we reached all-time highs. Basically, I think this is where we're going to start reversing, possibly. So the reason I say this is because, right, we had you can even see on a bigger time frame, this could even be a 3-drive pattern, which I'm gonna really soon include in the course. But you know, we have, actually, you can see here's an example I put in the course. But 1, 2, 3 tops, displacement down, sweeping these lows, retrace to imbalance, and this we're gonna head lower. So there's one conviction. Second of all, anyways, we rejected this bearish PD ray. We sorry, not rejected. We respected this bearish PD array, respected this bearish PD array, heading lower. We also have just broken through this 1 hour fair value gap with strong displacement down. And if you look, we broke this trend. So this was all sort of like a higher time frame uptrend, right? We have broken this trend and strongly broke it. And so we also, in addition to all that, rejected all this 1 hour and this liquidity gap. So I'm really hoping we just start to see lower. We may see a retrace in the, this is what I'm thinking. I think in the overnight session, let's see if I can predict it again. We are going to retrace right here to this 15-minute fair value gap, right? And then bounce lower. That's personally what I believe that's going to happen. Either do that or we take out this liquidity down here, but I doubt that's going to happen. I think we're going to want to rebalance to an inefficiency. But yeah, and then same thing here with ES. ES, we just displaced this for value gap and this breaker block. So we may see a retracement back up to hit this breaker block and this inverse for our fair value gap. And same thing here is what I'm thinking. You know, we could tap here. I don't think we're going to move up to here. I think if we do, that's not going to look good for us. I think for NQ, we're going to want to just tap into here and then head lower from there. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this charting session, and I will see you in the next one.